going to let me bring up Gorilla real quick, okay? Yeah, bring him up, and then I have a few others that's going to speak as well. Okay, perfect. Yes, he's up here on stage. Gotcha. He's going to speak in game real quick. But he's a bona fide supporter of mine. I first want to thank y'all for coming to this rally. It's the last one. My opponent, any opponents of mine have yet to hold any rallies, especially in game, and that's the whole fact about this community is that it's in game. This is Roblox. That's the whole point. So I'm gonna allow him to go on stage real quick. Bring him up on stage. Perfect. With a Trump W as well. Amen. Most certainly. Let me put this in the general chat while he speaks. Perfect. Like I said, thank you for coming. Amen. Like fine and mighty, okay? Amen. And you know what? The political opponents, they doubted us and they doubted Trump, but we're gonna win. That's the game plan, baby. Amen. Yes, a Korman presidency. We're done and sick and tired of this girl governing recklessly. That's all it is. I mean, not to be misogynistic, but that's what it is. She just led to chaos. That's what this campaign is about. It's about getting us back on track. Okay? This is a great community. Okay? Fantastic. But we can't have reckless folks who snake and manipulate folks, handle us. Amen. Y'all good, Blue. Most certainly, yeah. No, I was just letting you know about, the polls and the rallies, but no, for real. We have a real chance here of winning, you all. We don't want them empowered. We don't want them empowered at all. No. The status quo has to go. Status quo has got to go. Amen. Status quo has got to go. Exactly. We'll make this strong. We'll make this country strong again. Amen to that. Amen. Proud. Yes. Amen to that. Amen. Amen. Exactly. Amen. So, hello? I have someone else on stage as well. Do we have someone else? Do you have someone else on stage? Oh, Jacobs, there we go. Perfect. Gotcha. Someone else wanted to come on stage as well. I'm still doing that. Perfect. Awesome. Make sure they're in this chat real quick. Yep. So, like I said, once again, thank you for coming out here. Amen. We have a lot of people in game. I'm not gonna hold you. We have a lot of people in game. For us, my opponent has yet to host a rally in person at all. My opponent is so confident in her ability to win. You know what? And you know what? Thank you. You know what? My opponent has yet to announce any in-game host of rallies or anything of that fact. You know what? And that's fine. They say I talk. They say I talk gibberish. I say, who cares? You know what? I don't care. I have policy here. And after this campaign rally, we're gonna ask questions. That's what it is. We're gonna ask questions. And if you have any questions about policy, let me know. Let me know. But my opponent has yet to host any in-game rallies. And we're 4 years. Sorry, not 4 years. we're 4 hours away from the voting to be open for president. And here I am now asking y'all to vote for me, to vote for Apollo, because we can't do 4 months of this chaos. No, absolutely not. That's not who we are. That's not who we are going to be. Okay? Well, I'm asking for a chance, honestly. Okay? And first and foremost, I just want to talk about let's talk about policy first and foremost. Okay? A lot of you all have messaged me about what's my stance about BOG. And I'll say this, simply said. My stance on BOG is this. There shouldn't be a board of governors that dictates what Congress and the president's will should be. Back in the early years of our country, you know what? There was an understanding that, there was military folks and there was civilian folks. And that balance was respected. But under this presidency, nah. She's allowed the board to dictate who gets what, okay? Surpassing Congress's ability to approve officers. No, under this term, we have seen relentless violations of what a community should be. Okay, she's allowed her friends to come to power. She allowed people to say, she's allowed folks to come in, mind you, 9 days in the community, to be judges. She's inviting folks outside. I mean, come on now. She's surely colluder in chief. Okay, she's a colluder in chief. Okay, she likes to go folks outside of Newsweek. She's trying to make Noosa better. And you know what I say to that? I say fuck that. Excuse my language there. But as president, I'll push forward the fact that Noosa folk, if you're here and you dedicated your time and you've been here for, weeks or months on end, being active, listen, you're gonna get a job. You're gonna get a job. You're gonna be employed. Under my term, most certainly, we're not gonna see a single unemployed person, okay, during my term. If you want a job, there's gonna be a job. You just have to get to it. But also, under my term, like I said, we're gonna see activity flourish with Homeland Security, with the Justice Department, with and the military, most certainly. But under my term as president, the Justice Department will not be a political entity. Okay, under my term as president, at least. All right. As far as my plans go with DOJ, as far as my plan goes, I'll be the first and only president to be able to completely publish a codified set of laws for me, okay? As long due time that we have our own set of codified laws, okay? And in their life, the U.S. has a set of code laws. Why is it new set? TC hasn't touched that. She hasn't done that. She's tried to toe along the Constitution. Sure, whatever. She hasn't done much with it, okay? But she was a voice in it, so whatever. But during my term, we will set codified laws that police officers, that law enforcement officers will be able to fight and gun, okay? On my term, I also plan on implementing a public defenders and prosecutors program, okay? Where you will get paid Robux, most certainly. You will get paid for that, okay? We have a lot of money unused in the budget. And as senator, I always saw that the budget was used appropriately, okay? So under this program, the public defenders and prosecutor programs, folks be paid If you defend, okay, if you prosecute, you will get paid, okay. And that's the whole point about the program. And under my and under my presidency, excuse my stuttering. Like I said, I was stuttering. I was stutter. All right. Uh, under my presidency, we will see public defenders pay 75 Robux, while prosecutors will pay 50. There's a difference there. But if you can prove that you won and defend a case, we will also bonus you another 100 Robux as well. If you can prove and defend that case, or if you can prosecute and defend that case, you'll be given another subsidy of 100 Robux. Okay, that's the part of my platform. Moving on, I also make sure the FBI isn't corrupt. All right, the FBI is there to help to protect us, to defend us, to help be with us. But more so about that later. Right now, my team is telling me that we should focus on labor. And as a former Secretary of Commerce and Labor, I have a lot of plans about that. The department has plateaued. Okay, the department as a whole has plateaued. The growth isn't there. There's no growth there. So on day one as president, I plan and I promise to you all as Americans on day one that I will separate both the Department of Commerce and the Department of Labor into different departments so that we can govern efficiently, all right? And the Department of Commerce, my plan is this. I plan on promoting small businesses and big businesses too. Most certainly, they're going to get the cut as well. But if you're a small business in Noosa and you wanted to grow, say that you're a security firm like Diamond Security or Apron Security, most certainly, if you're a security firm, I'm going to make sure that you're prioritized. Most certainly, yes. If you're active and if you got a certain number of employees in your company, as president, I plan on passing a law that will give subsidies to small businesses so they can continue to grow. They can afford to pay for new uniforms. They can afford to pay for new tools on their team. They can afford to pay and be a true business in Noosa. As president, I will promote that. It's time for small businesses to be a main factor of employment here in Noosa. Long are the times that public sector jobs, such as FPS or DHS or DOS, or DOD, or the military, are the primary focuses of employment. As president, I'll make sure that our private sector is just as well protected. Okay, I'll make sure as president that we have employment there. Now, moving on to the plans of the Department of Labor. On day one, I promise you, those who are listening now on this call, I promise you here now, on day one, I will get rid of the NELA Act, okay? I'll get rid of that. That's useless. That is an illegal authority, okay? An illegal authority that somehow the courts have not ruled down yet, mainly because she went off the courts, but I'll talk about that later, okay? But that is an illegal court that determines essentially if you're gonna have a job or not, if you're gonna have a role in this community. Like I said, I apologize for the stuttering. But the NELA is illegal, and I'll get rid of that on day one. In fact, matter of fact, I plan on having secretaries and directors appointing their own inspector generals, whom of which will report directly to me. Directly to me. There is no middleman. I want to know what's happening in our agencies. If you're fired for an illegal reason, I want to know on day one, why were you fired? Were you fired because you voted for the wrong person? Nah, forget that. You're keeping your job. You're keeping your job, okay? That's what it is, okay? You keep your job because you have an opinion. Your voice matters. And you shouldn't be halted by your superiors. Furthermore, on that topic, actually, I don't believe in the fact that I don't believe in the fact that employment of at will, if you will so say that. If that sounds weird, I apologize, but employment at will, that no. If you've been grinding in Nusa, if you've been working here in Nusa for 3 to 4 months, going to every activity check, going to every training and tryout that you could, and just because a new president came in, you lose a job? No. As president, I promise your hard work will be appreciated. Your hard work will be known. It won't go unnoticed. No, absolutely not. Most certainly, if you can prove to be active and competent at your job, you're going to keep your job. What we need right now in NUSA is competent leadership. And TSUS has proven over and over time that we don't have that. We don't have competent leadership. No, we have emotional leadership. We have leadership that's been at the wheel of friendship. You may not be my friend, okay? You may not be my friend at all, but hell, if you can get that department active, if you can get that agency active, then excuse my French, but shit. I mean, you got what it takes, okay? And as president, I will focus to recognize that and not to have any vendettas against anyone, because ultimately, at the end of the day, we're all trying to make NUSA active. We're trying to be a community of folks who are focused on role playing. We're trying to be a community. We are a community of folks who want better, who don't want the chaos and the scandals that's been going on for these last months. It's tiresome. It really is. It's annoying. It really is. And as president, we're not going to have that. I'm going to have stability. But focus more on my White House, not White House policy. Sorry about that. But on my DOS policy, my foreign policy. I'll say here and I'll say now. T-Soups and I don't have a lot to disagree on foreign policy, okay? America is first. NUSA is first, okay? Let that be known and let that be clear. On day one of my term, we will make that known. That is our focus. But what I believe that T-Soups can do more is working with DCCC, the City Council of DC, to ensure that we have embassies there, that we ensure they have activity there from foreign governments. This is a great way of promoting NUSA and DC as a whole. Having these embassies here, having those kind of alliances will allow a deeper and stronger connection in the community. And that's how we legitimize UN, honestly. That's the key. And so my plan with the foreign policy is that we're going to have more embassies, more ambassadors with that. But while we're talking about that, I want to move on to the intelligence community aspect of it. Like I said, I got 21 minutes, okay? With the IC, it's so important that we have an active IC. And I may not know what's going on in the back doors, and that's fair. That's very, very fair. That's the whole point of the community. But what I want is to be known is that if folks want a job in the CIA or the NSA or any of those jobs in the IC community, they can have those jobs. They can have those opportunities to have those kind of jobs, and we haven't been seeing that much. But I'll move on, because importantly, a key focus of my administration is going to be about the budget. It's going to be about the budget, okay? Listen, money moves, and when money moves, you listen to it, okay? Money talks. And so the Treasury Department will have a massive role in my administration. We're going to talk with every agency, every director. And honestly, if you can't be a secretary or director under my term, that if you can't, as a director or a secretary under my administration, if you can't submit a simple report about how much money you think you'll need, I mean, you're not gonna be working for me. Okay, I can hold you, because like I said, a lot of this is about the budgeting. If we want NUSA to enter a new golden age of prosperity and success, we have to start taking the budget much more serious. And I appreciate, let me say now, I appreciate C Soups doing that once or twice, okay? But if I was president, when I become president, okay, I'm going to be on Congress's ass about money, okay? Because that's how we advertise. That's how we get new uniforms. That's how we act. That's how we operate now, okay? Money moves, money talks. You know what I mean? So further on that, the DOT we mainly focus on gathering budgeting estimates. Then we focus on gathering why and what you need so that the folks, the American citizens are being told what their money is being spent on. And that's when policy on the treasury is that we got to have a centralized financial institution. We got to, you know, our community is becoming vast, it's becoming active, it's becoming much more bigger than it is. And as president, I will set a standard, a precedent that will become that budgets are necessary. Very much so. If you want anything to operate, it's gonna come through the Treasury Department. And that's what I say about that. Now, moving on to the White House policy, okay? This is the biggest policy that I'm excited about, honestly. As president, I promise to enact an open door policy for everyone that's reaching the White House. The White House should not be inaccessible, okay? And Chief Soups and Wrath can claim that it isn't right now. They can claim whatever, okay? Wrath hasn't been in this, has never been elected in any position, okay? Never has. And T Soups was banned for political toxicity, okay? She was banned for that, okay? But under my team, we're not gonna handle that, okay? And that's just to honest with you, since I have the mic, it's a lot of bullshit that just isn't unnecessary. You know what I mean? And that's my point of running. But as president, my White House will be open to a policy. If you're a friend, if you're a foe, if you're in between, message me. Message me, okay? Now, granted, give me 12 hours or so to answer, but you will always get an answer. Most certainly, folks now feel so untouched, so out of touch from the White House. They feel as if the White House is untouchable. And under my term, you will speak to me or policies with any department. But he's no middleman. He's not Rad. No. As president, don't contact my White House chief of staff. As president, contact me. This is our community, okay? For you to say, oh, it's faster to DM my White House chief of staff than it is for me, means that you clearly are not focused with folks in Newsom. You're not. I mean, that's kind of crazy to say. And that's what I respect about George, although he's banned now. But George said, message me first. And that's what I'm saying as president. Message me first. Okay? Don't message no middleman. If you have a serious issue, message me. And that's my open door policy. You know what I mean? And so under my White House, though, we're going to be implementing a policy about so sorry. We're going to be implementing a new position, is what I mean, not a policy, but position. The Director of Office and Management, okay? We're going to bring back the OMB, okay? We're going to bring that back. And it's very, very important in understanding how labor relations are in connections with financial institutions. So if you didn't understand that, what I mean is that my OMB will be in connection with the Department of Treasury and the budget, and keep focused, and with the policies of every department. They're gonna understand, okay, you were fired for what? Oh, you fired for that? Okay, that's understandable. Oh, you're fired for what? Okay, that's cool. My White House is going to make sure that everyone who has a job is going to keep a job. If you were fired based off of political bias, it's awful because we have a lot of folks here in our game, in our community, who have spent months, weeks at least, grinding for the jobs, grinding for that promotion. You think under my time I'm just gonna wipe that all out? That's crazy, and that's what they want you to. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think that on day one, your jobs are gone. No, on day one, I'm going to evaluate. Hey, what are you doing with this agency? Hey, what are you doing with this department? Is it going good? Is it going well? Well, I don't see a reason to replace you. That's what I'm really going to say on day one. If listen, but if you're not though, if you're not doing well, I'm going to put in new faces. If you're not providing progress, let's say with the Department of Commerce or Labor, if you're not providing progress with the Treasury or the Justice Department, if you're not providing true progress, I'm going to replace you most certainly in a heartbeat with new faces that have a new vision for these kind of departments and programs that I plan on implementing on my term. All right, and so honestly, I'm going to wrap this up because I can't yap for 30 minutes. I just can't. T-Soups can. I can't yap for 30 minutes. I can't. But honestly, I think a lot of you all for even joining this voice call. It's 28 of you all in this voice call, and you all decided to spend your time here to listen to me yap about what I would do as president. And I appreciate that. I really, really do. And as president, I'm going to listen to everyone. That's the whole point. I'm not going to govern. I'm not going to govern all three branches. All three branches. She tried to get out the Supreme Court, the federal judges. She's trying to get out Congress. As president, I won't. But Congress isn't my enemy. I have to work with Congress because we have different ideas. That is what grows a community. Differences grows a community, not toxicity, not elections. Differences in who we are and what we can do for our community is what grows us, okay? And under this term, she has tried to govern all three branches. She's tried to govern the Supreme Court. She tried to govern the Congress, all while failing to govern her own branch. Why do we have 18 members, maybe 20 now, maybe 20 members in Home Security? Why? Why do we have suffering inactivity in the Justice Department? Why do we have incompetence in the White House? As president, I'm going to listen to everyone. No one's going to be alone. No one's going to feel as if they can't talk to me or message me. As president, that is my promise. And the day that I don't fulfill that, I want you to call me out on that. Call my bullshit. Call my bullshit. Most certainly. If I can't respond to you, call it out. But I dare you to do so. Because as president, I'm going to listen to you. Friend and foe. So I thank you all once again for coming to this rally. It's been a great night. You all have a blessed night, okay? Oh, and I see now that I was disconnected from the game. Guess I was yapping too much on Discord, but thank you all once again for coming out. Good night, America. Good night, News.